Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, the world's leading authority on childcare marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Our host, Brian Duprey, is the world's most sought-after childcare coach, having helped tens of thousands of childcare owners from around the globe take their business to the next level. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, our host, Brian Duprey.
Hello, welcome to the Childcare Genius Marketing Podcast. I am Brian Duprey. I am your host, and we're going to talk a little bit today about marketing. Topic on hand today is training your team on how to answer the phone. Why does this have to do with marketing? This has everything to do with marketing. You spend a lot of money to get the phone to ring. You know, you can spend a lot of money on a website. You spend money on Google advertising, maybe social media. You spend all this money, the phone rings, and all of a sudden, the person who answers the phone drops the ball. All that money, you could just, it's like open up the window and it's just blowing out the window. That is all, it's all part of the marketing process. And this is something we teach at Childcare Genius University and Childcare Genius Podcast, is we teach you all around marketing. In the tour processes, if you have not read my book, The Art of the Tour, go to childcaregenius.com right now, and under the resources tab, find the books. Order The Art of the Tour. It is very low price. I don't know, it's like $7.99 or something on our website. This is worth $1 million to you. Get your director, whoever answers the phone, to read this. There's a whole page, multiple page, a whole chapter on the phone call, a whole chapter on the tour process, follow-up. So The Art of the Tour is something you're definitely going to want to have in your library. Make sure your directors have it too. But we're going to talk about some of the things from the book here today, and that is how to answer the phone. All right, so phone skills, very important, but it's something that is never taught. You know, it's something that owners tend to not teach their team how to answer the phone, how to do tours. It's usually the person who trains the director kind of trains that person, and the way they did it, well, might not necessarily be the best way to do it. And I've been through professional sales training. I've taught now professional sales training. I've sold millions of dollars. I've been a real estate agent. I've sold other products and services, and I've sold millions and millions in my life. So I'm a pretty darn good salesman. I know how to sell. And right now I spend time teaching people how to sell. And the phone is the first sales opportunity. When that phone rings, it's a chance to sell them on the brand and sell them on booking a tour. So the first thing you need to do is answer the darn phone. How many times do I call schools when I'm mystery shopping and get voicemail? That drives me, my eyes bleed, I'm telling you, when I get voicemail, because I just hang up and call the competitor. That's what our clients are doing. If they get voicemail, they don't have the patience to leave a message. They're just calling the next person. So the first rule of thumb is answer the darn phone. Actually, is the topic of a chapter in here. Answer the darn phone. So now that you figure it out, we need the phone answered. Very important. Next one is to stand up when you're answering the phone. If you're sitting there all lounge and lazy, you're coming across very relaxed and not as engaging. When you're standing up, answering the phone, you command respect and you're talking more authoritatively. So we always encourage directors to stand up and also to look into a mirror when you're on the call. Have a mirror on your desk and smile. Have a word smile written below it. So these are all sales techniques that salesmen use to help close sales. When I used to sell, I would stand up when I made calls. I would have a mirror in front of me. I'd have them smile, and I'd be smiling, because when you're smiling, I'm smiling right now, that smile comes through, and you're happier when you talk to somebody. People want to do business with happy people. So very important to smile. Look at yourself in the mirror so you know you're smiling. And okay, you want to document everything that happens in that phone call. So you got to go through your script, make sure that they use a phone script. You figure out where your phone script is. If you go to childcaregenius.com, I think you can find a website on our resources tab. You can find a sample script. But there's two key questions, and I talk about that in The Art of the Tour. Again, go to childcaregenius.com, order this book if you haven't had that yet. And I make zero money off these things um, because all the profits are donated to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation and the Warren Warrior Project. So I get nothing from the sale of these books. They all donated to veterans charities. My wife and I are veterans, so you can help them get some profit. But I don't make any money on the books, and nor do I want to make money on the books. We can help other people with them. But anyway, um, there's two questions you need to ask on the phone call. And this is one area where if directors write these questions down, they answer these questions, they're going to convert a whole lot more tours. This is a $100,000 swing to your business. If you can get your directors asking these two key questions, and then whatever the people say on the phone, then acting on that in the tour, you're gonna be filling your school very darn quickly. So the first question you want to ask is, can you please tell me why you've decided to change providers at this time? Simple question. They're going to tell you something. Could be any one of a number of reasons why they're changing providers. So most of the time, they're going to tell you the truth. Whatever they tell you, this is their pain point. This is the reason why they're struggling where they're at. It could be their kids getting bit at their current school. That's a pain point, right? You solve that pain point, you're going to get the enrollment. So they're going to tell you what their pain point is. This is gold. This is marketing gold. This is probably the most important thing you're ever going to hear on a podcast because it's such money to you that if you can find out what their pain point is and then solve the pain point at the tour, you're almost guaranteed that enrollment. So oftentimes the directors don't ask this question and they just do robotic tours. They do this tour, the same tour every single time. And then half the time they don't even ask for the enrollment at the end. They just say, here's your paperwork, call me if you're interested. Come on, you spent all this money getting them in the door. This is where you don't fumble the ball. You're on the goal line. They're at the tour. They're there. They're ready to enroll. Give them a darn pen and get them ready to enroll, right? So we know that why they want to change providers. They telling you this is a pain point. The second question you want to ask on the phone is, can you tell me the number one thing you're looking for in a quality childcare program? Simple question. Whatever they tell you, that's their hot button issue. That's the one thing that if you impress them on the tour, you're going to get the sale. So right now, we've asked those two questions on the phone. We know what their pain point is. We know what their hot button issue is. When they come into that tour, because you wrote them down, good director's going to write these down. They're going to know, okay, kids getting bit. Number two, their hot button issue is they want a decent playground. Okay, good. I know those. So going in, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be sharing with them our biting policy to make sure that they know that their kid is going to be safe at their school. And number two, I'm going to show them what amazing playground we have, talk about outside playground, and probably spend more time on the playground than I would normally spend with a customer because that is their hot button issue. You wouldn't do the same tour you do with everybody else. You would tailor the tour based on what they say on the phone call. Remember the Miranda warning, what you say can and will be against you in a court of law? Well, here, whatever you say on that tour on the phone call can and will be used against you when you come and do your tour. If you can get your directors to do this, owners, I'm telling you, if you can get your directors to do this, you will be full with a wait list before you know it. Just those two questions. Those are marketing gold. So write down everything that they say on the phone. Write down everything in the tour. Remember stuff. Very important. Make sure you book the tour on the phone. Get him in there. Always give him a choice between a yes and a yes. Well, I have Tuesday at noon open. I have Wednesday at 5. Which is better for you? Don't say, would you like to come? Yes or no. Give a choice of a yes or a yes. Make sure you send reminders to reduce no-shows. And make sure you always, after the tour, do a follow-up phone call. Very important. So we're going to be more on tours in the future, but I just wanted to focus on a phone call today, which I think is the most important part of the tour process. But again, asking those two key questions makes all the difference. You get them all the way, and now you basically know their playbook coming in. You know what they're looking for. And all you have to do is solve their problems and you get the enrollment. And I'm telling you, it's a piece of cake. And this is the way you sell. And it's $100,000 swing to you if you can get your directors doing this. So if you'd like to get on a call with me, we could talk about this and other things in marketing. If we could help you out with any in the marketing, we can help get the phone to ring, which you can get more tours. Go to childcaregenius.com, select the marketing services tab, click on inquire now, and let's get on a call and talk about marketing. It's either going to be with me or one of my marketing specialists on my company, and we're going to help you with your marketing. So again, this is Brian Duprey. Thank you for tuning in to the Child Care Genius Marketing Podcast. We could help you. If I could help you, reach out, Brian, B-R-I-N, at childcaregenius.com. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the Child Care Genius Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your child care business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Child Care Genius community.